What's up, everyone? Champ, it's back again for another UFC predictions video. This time in a totally different location. I'm on vacation right now, um, and I decided I really wanted to make this video because there's a lot of spots on the card. I ended up bringing my microphone anyways. It's a little weird having the stand on, but I don't feel like taking it off because it's a whole hassle if you do and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm making it work. Yeah, I'm on vacation right now. Otherwise, been enjoying the fights and stuff like that still, even though the Wi-Fi here is complete garbage. It's okay. Um, Besides the point, let's get into it. I'm gonna go over the last two events because I didn't do recaps for either of them. So we'll do that, and then we'll get into Allen versus Costa, which is a sick card on the Apex, by the way. There's a lot of good betting spots I like on there. So we will absolutely get into it. But first of all, as always, go over what happened the last 2 weeks. So that Perth card, Della Maddalena versus Prates, did pretty well. And you could see in the New Jersey card, I did so-so. So let's just go through these one by one in order. I have to dig my memory out. Cody Steele, Don Mar fan. Cody Steele gets the job done pretty easily. He just gets a sub. Like he went to his grappling. A lot of the things I was hoping to see from Cody Steele this time around, with like fight IQ improvements after the wrong shoe fight being like a really bad fight IQ performance, it really showed. So I mean, shout out to Cody Steele. He can grapple, man. That guy's a really legit grappler, and he came through as a pretty big bet for me. Robert Burchek, Cam Rouston. Had a small bet on Burchek. I mean, Cam Rouston looked legitimately career best. He absolutely worked Burchek in the grappling, and he wasn't as hittable as he usually is. So, I mean, there was one really big body shot that Rouston took and definitely didn't like, but he's able to take the fight where he needed to and win the fight. So, props to him. Garimbo decision only. This was painful because I was like, oh, come on, just get fit. Mikalev is so... Oh, he's so bad. I think he's so bad. And like that performance made me even more bullish on like he's just not good. I mean, it was a split decision, so it was by no means a bad bet. He was the side clearly, but yeah, Garimbo didn't look that great. But neither did Mikalev, who's just stinky bad. It was really close. But yeah, Mikalev was the right guy to win, so fair play. Justin Junior Tafa to beat Kevin Christian. That was easy. Yeah, Kevin Christian is beyond bad. Tafa got him out of there. My kicks were looking pretty good though for Christian, so I mean credit to him for that. Brando Perisic against Shamil Kazeev. He ended up finding the shots he needed on Kazeev. I like seeing more of the cardio being put into play. Like he hit really hard in round 1 and went ham, and he's able to kind of keep that up in round 2. So good to see from Brandon Perisic. He's one of the main prospects of heavyweight I've always actually like really been high on. So I think he's a really legit guy, Brandon Perisic out of CKB. So look out for him. And Steve Ursig over Tim Elliott. I didn't understand the line movement at all. I bet him at a disgusting price, and he covered it in my opinion. I mean, I thought he won all 3. I know there's an argument he lost round 1, but rounds 2 and 3 he won so clearly. It was easy work for Steve Ursig. Yeah, that felt nice to see. It was a really good matchup for Steve Ursig too. And then on this UFC 328 card, Ochoa finish only. It was close. He was all getting Clayton like out of there, but like Clayton was just so damn tough. So I mean, props to him. I should have put the money line on it, but it is what it is. I had no real fear of the finish only losing though, besides like a back take. So maybe I can live with it. I'm not mad at it by any means. The next fight I had a bet on is probably Bison Susterkaev versus Jordan Santos. I had a big bet on Susterkaev because Jordan Santos is terrible, and yeah, I still think that's the case. I know he did all right in round 1. Susterkaev getting hit a bunch, but then Susterkaev adjusted and just absolutely mollywopped him and made him look pretty easy, in my opinion. Yeah, I'd do it again. I don't care. Even though he didn't really cover the price, I don't care. The Jordan is just awful. He's so much of what I dislike in the sport. And so is like another person I bet against in Waldo Cortez Acosta, where it's like nothing volume. Maybe you'll like clinch or whatever, and you won't do much with it. Like it's just, I hate to see it. I think they're like not good fighters. Like when they do that, obviously Waldo's way better than Jordan Santos. This is a completely different level. Jordan Santos is like bottom of the barrel. And yeah, Susukaya made him look like, especially in the grappling when he started going there. Yeah, props to him. William Gomis over Pat Sabatini. I had a few bets on him here. I ended up adding to him when I saw like the line go up earlier, like later in the week. Wish I didn't, but it's fine. I'm not mad at the bet at all because it was Pat Sabatini wasn't really able to get him down at all, and because of that, it was pretty close. And William Gomis arguably won. So I mean, I thought I just like Pat Sabatini didn't cover his line. I feel like I made a good bet, even though Gomis didn't get the job done. So I can sleep at night with that one. I can sleep at night with that one. With the Gomis bets. Next fights I had a bet on. Is it? Yeah, Alexander Volk. No, Amosov. Joel Amosov. Oh my God, Joel Alvarez, Yaroslav Amosov. I had Amosov decision only. Obviously, got to finish because he got a sub. Because man, he's a bad mofo. I thought he could finish, but it's like if it goes to decision, it's more likely than not going to Yaroslav Amosov, and especially with how that fight was going, definitely right on that. But he got to finish. So props to Amosov for that. But that parlay wouldn't have hit anyway because of Tyra. So, which we'll get into. Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta. Yeah, this is a pretty big bet for me, and Volkov came through. I thought he clearly won rounds 1 and 2. Round 3, he kind of coasted, and Waldo wasn't really landing anything that like significant. Waldo is just missing a bunch, and yeah, I mean, what is there to say for that? Yeah, he just missed a bunch. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things. Like the leg kicks were free for Volkov. He was able to move out of the way from the guy who's supposed to be faster. So that's impressive. And it's because of the length and stuff like that. Volkov's still a really, really good fighter. Give him his title shot. He deserves it. And Tatsuro Taira, I had money on him to win the fight, and also had money on fight ends by KO. Shout out to Joshua Van. He's a fight ends by KO machine. Make Van versus Pantoja again, so I can bet fight ends by KO again in that fight, because I think that's very live for both Van and Pantoja again, which I bet like the first fight. But Tyra, he had moments where he looked really good and he kept Van down. It's like that was the first time we've really seen Van like held down by pretty much anyone, and I think that's a testament to how good Tyra's grappling is, even though he wasn't able to really do too much with it. But yeah, Van he really impressed me in this performance where he really found the shots he needed, and he really landed on Tyra. Tyra needs head movement ASAP. Sorry, I'm making make sure of something. He needs head movement to be added to his game. But I mean, credit to him because he's a tough son of a gun. But also, again, credit to Joshua Van. He looked incredible. I was ultra impressed because against a guy like Tyra, to be able to find get-ups and stuff like that, even though sure it could take a while, it's very impressive. So I'm definitely not betting against him against Pantoja. I'm definitely going to be betting on fight ends by KO with Pantoja. So that's something I like just ahead of time. I guess we can go through each one of these fights on the card just really, really quickly. I don't want to spend too much time like lingering on some of this stuff, these older cards, because I want to get into the new fights. I went 7-13 on both of them. Just go through the ones I didn't talk about. Johnston versus Schultz. I'm happy I did nothing with this. Just complete meme fight. That fight was a legitimately hilarious fight of the year type fight because of how hilarious it was, and comeback of the year because I can't believe that happened. So yeah. Kobe Thickness versus Vince Morales. In my breakdown, I gave man, if I just think about this fight, and it's like, man, Vince Morales doesn't do things that are kind of like conducive of winning and stuff like that. And it stopped me from putting a bet on him, and thank myself for doing that because, man, he just didn't I thought he low-key won the fight, to be honest. I thought he won 2-3, but like, man, like two, he just didn't do enough. He just started too late, or he did enough. Like he did good stuff early, but like in the later part of the round, it's just completely dropped out. There's not enough urgency. Hated to see it. Almost got him out of there round 3, but besides the point, I mean, Colby Thickness looked insane in round 1. His grappling, I have to give some credit. The grappling would look insane in that round. But yeah, I mean, I think 2-3 either way for either guy is probably fine. Or no, not 2-3. Like 2-1, I meant to say, for the judging, of course. You know what I mean. Malkoun Mearshart, Malkoun at the price he was kind of hilarious. But he won relatively easily after round 1. I don't have much to say of that. Tuivasa Sutherland, I didn't put any money on this fight, and I'm happy I didn't, because man, Ty looked beyond sad here. There's no reason you should be losing to Sutherland at this point. Like, even a short notice Sutherland, it's over. I hate to say it, but it's over for Ty. I don't know what else to say. Talk about this one. Rahiki Schmidt. Yeah, Rahiki just found the shot. Like it is what it is. I thought besides the point, like Ollie Schmidt was kind of competing well. Like it was pretty like 50. It's not like someone was separating that well, to be honest, in between them. But Rahiki found the shot and got the job done. So props to him. Benil Dariush, Salkilled. I mean, Salkill got dropped by Dariush. Dariush is doing really good, and then just dies. Sad state of affairs, but that's just how it is. And then JDM versus Pratas. Pratas with a performance of the year candidate. Like, he looked insane in this fight. I said JDM, if he wanted a chance to win this fight, he needed to wrestle. And I like that he did bring in the wrestling. But credit to Pratas, he was able to get up from the wrestling. And I wish JDM probably implemented it like sooner than he did, because man, the kicks killed him. The kicks killed him in this fight. And this is why I didn't even bet him, because I was just too afraid. Like, the leg kicks are just, they're problematic. And that's why I liked the more takedowns bet for JDM, and that definitely came through. And like, that's how he's gonna win the fight. And if he wasn't, you need the takedowns to win the fight, and because he's the better MMA guy. Because Pratas just doesn't go for takedowns. But I mean, credit to Pratas, man. He looked insane. It was target practice out there. So props to Pratas. Now for the other card, Chimaev Strickland. Talked about that one. Kopylov Tulio. I wanted to bet Kopylov KO, and I didn't end up betting it, and I'm happy I didn't, because if I did, I'd be tearing my hair out. Yeah, Kopylov, like, I mean, like, I don't even know what to even say. Like, it's just, Tulio fumbled. He fumbled this fight 100%. Like, he was winning, and he finds a way to get dropped in rounds 2 and 3 and lose the fight. I don't really have any other words to say. I mean, shout out to Kopylov for doing what he needed to do to win, but yeah. Jim Miller, Jared Gordon. I'm happy I didn't touch Noki Jared Gordon, because I knew this guy, you can't be. Jim Miller's the type of guy to just come back and just win, and he just did. So shout out to not Jared Gordon, Jim Miller, doing the job. Grant Dawson versus Montez Ronbetsky. I wanted to put a bet on Ronbetsky, because like the sparring partner thing got me off of it. I was thinking about like something like fight ends by KO. I didn't end up tracking it. The fight on Q in this fight from Ronbetsky is downright like sickening. I don't know what the hell you are doing. You in round 3, you're winning the stand up, and you go into the what are you doing, man? I don't know. I'm assuming Ronbetsky thought he could wrestle in this fight, like be a mixed martial artist, but it is just foolish. You should have got him out of there round 2, honestly. It is what it is. Ronbetsky had him, but I'm not mad at picking him. But I just like, I'm just like, I hated watching that, because it was like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Talk about this one. Teba KO's Aussie. Shocker. King Green, Jeremy Stevens. What a performance by King Green. He looked insane. I know Stevens is like probably kind of done. I mean, I said the line would probably be like, it's probably wide. Nah, I was wrong. Like the Green, overperformed. And he mixed in the grappling, which is really, really nice to see. And it's like if he does that, like he's got an even bigger edge. And I mean, he did, and he absolutely subbed Jeremy Stevens. It was an absolute like beautiful watch. Like that was like prime Bobby Green, prime King Green. We saw he's getting custom shorts for it, so props to him. Sean Brady, Joaquin Buckley. I believed in Buckley. I didn't bet him. And I didn't. The line movement thing was crazy. I don't know what the hell that was. I didn't bet him at these odds because I wanted to bet Buckley at like plus 300, plus 400 odds. I was kind of what I was hoping when I saw this matchup get made after like the Usman fight. I was like, after that interview with Usman, I believe in him to be able to stop takedowns and do things on the feet. That was wrong. Yeah, Sean Brady got the fight down to the ground and just beat the living crap out of Buckley. There's nothing else to say there. Talked about this one. And Hamza Chimaev versus Sean Strickland. I cannot believe this happened. And I will say, I'm so happy because not because necessarily Sean Strickland won. Like I don't really care. I don't really care about Chimaev or Strickland. Insane upset, by the way. No one saw this coming, really. I'm so happy because I'm about to make generational wealth on Strickland's next fight against Imavov because I'm 100% going to make Nasruddin Imavov my biggest bet I've ever made against Sean Strickland. I might make a video probably when I come back to the United States from like Europe, like why I like Imavov so much in that fight. Like that, just specifically dedicated to that, because Nasruddin Imavov is not the guy that Sean Strickland fought that day, who, by the way, was short. It was short notice replacement for Gastelum, which is a totally different matchup. Strickland came in way overweight, like he had a catch weight because it was short notice for him. But don't forget, he fought not that long ago against Cannonier, and then it's not like he's out of shape or anything like that. He just had a fight camp. And it's like, okay, quick camp. And he's always training. So it's not like he's going to be a guy like affected by anything like that. And like, you got this big opponent change for Imavov. And now it's just like, it's a way difficult fight because Gastelum is so goddamn hittable. Now you're fighting a guy who's just hard to hit at all. And this is Imavov's first 5-rounder at that time. In his old gym, I think it was with Fernand Lopez at the MMA Factory, before he's with the best coach now in MMA, which he switched after that fight with Nicholas Ott when he fought like Chris Curtis. That was the first time he switched and he started actually making big improvements. He's not the same guy he was in that fight. Don't forget, he won round 5 in that fight. And I think also something mentioned, Sean Strickland, I don't think he's the kind of guy to do well in rematches because he doesn't change his style for anyone. His opponents will. And like I think once you're in there with Strickland, you know what it's like. You know what to expect. Like Strickland's still the same freaking guy. He's always been. So those things, the improvements Imavov has made, strength of schedule Imavov's in fighting has been insane. He's been asking for this rematch for so damn long. He's been wanting this for so damn long, and there's a reason why Strickland has not been like, yeah, I don't want to fight Imavov again. There's a reason he doesn't want to do the rematch. It should be easy money, huh? No, it's not. He's doing it now because he believes in the rankings and like Imavov's the right guy, which he absolutely is, and he knows the UFC is like, okay, this is the guy. I think France is going to get its first UFC champion. I'm going to make it my biggest bet ever. Imavov over Strickland. We will be there. I cannot wait. Anyways, we will get into Alan Costa card, but Ronda versus Carano. I'm going to say right now, Rousey's going to freaking win. You can probably parlay her. Just going to let you know that. Gina Carano is just doing it for. I mean, doing it for just getting into weight, I guess, getting into shape, I should say. So. Yeah, let's get into it. I did like an old video when I was in America with this, but yeah, let's get into this. It was pretty sucky, and I didn't have much opinions. I do have a lot more opinions now. This fight's my favorite spot on the card, and I'm probably going to add more to it. Nicole Cagliari versus Shauna Bandon. This is a slam dunk spot. Cagliari is going to absolutely smoke Shauna Bannon. You look at these losses. Oh, she lost 2 losses against flyweights. She's now at a rightful weight class at 115 at strawweight, where she shouldn't have been at flyweight to begin with. She's just big muscles at that point. Ernesta is huge. Carly Judice is huge in comparison to Shauna Bannon, for sure. Shauna is just sidekick, and like that's about it. She has terrible hands. She honestly, she probably loses this fight in the feet. But I mean, Cagliari is going to just do what she was doing in both of these fights. Try and get this fight to the ground and win by being better on the ground, because she is better than Shauna Bannon on the ground. Bannon's like meme subs on the ground. Cagliari's a lot better on the ground. This is a slam dunk in my opinion. I think Cagliari is going to get the job done. Younger girl. She looks like she's making the weight pretty good from the Instagram. Just kind of looks like she's probably like losing a little bit of muscles, because like she didn't have much to cut a flyweight. I think the reason she was there because the muscles are so much. But she's gonna cut. It's gonna be a lot easier taking down Shauna Bannon, who's gonna be sidekicking all day, and just it's gonna be there. I think the money line how it is now is good to bet. I think something like maybe finish is good to bet. I think the spread is probably the best way to tackle this fight, because I don't really see Bannon winning rounds. Like the way Bannon can win this fight is like sidekick and just hope Cagliari is like a Holly Holm versus a Renee Aldana type of fight where just sidekick over and over and that's the fight. I don't think it's going to be that hard to get Shauna Bannon. I've been so out on Shauna Bannon when she had a full camp and she went to split Alice Ardeline, who wasn't that Fusion XL at that time, where she got a lot better than she was. She was like a really bad fighter at that point. And she almost lost that fight against like the short notice Alice Ardeline, who's like one of the worst in the UFC at that point. She was so much better now, by the way. I will say that, Alice Ardeline. I'll give her flowers later. But crazy. I think ever since then I've been out on her, and she got absolutely rinsed in the grappling by Sam Hughes. I'd say Cagliari is at least like maybe similar-ish, if not maybe like it's only like not even like a tier above or below Sam Page probably in the grappling. Like she should be fine. Cagliari, I think, is a slam dunk. I think she gets a sub. I think she gets Bannon out of there, who's just terrible. Who's picking this fight? I don't understand these people. This is a slam dunk. This is probably my favorite spot of the card. Daniel Barrios versus Luis Garuli. I'm doing my guy one more time. One less ride. Barrios is old, man. He's old. Garuli, it's so painful. And like it can happen here again where he just gets hurt and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna back him, but I'm probably not gonna put too much on it. The last fight was such a bad look against Korea. He didn't get hurt though. Didn't get hurt finally. The Ode fight, he's just easily winning, and then he gets hurt, and then he's just out. Hurts my soul. Hayes Aguilar is winning the fight easily, but he gets hurt two out of the three rounds, and he loses the fight. It's so painful. Like, what the hell, Garule? What the hell? Lock in. You're good. Barra is like good boxing, and that does worry me. But I think he can just get grappled here, and I think Garule knows the path, and I think it's there, and I think he can absolutely get it done. The Piccinini win is not aging that great for Garule, which makes it like yikesy. I think Garule gets a job done though. I'm gonna back him because he's a guy I've been backing, and no man has taken more money from me than Garule, but I still love the guy. And like it was in my Dana White Contender Series, like people look out for it. Like that season, it was Pinto and Garule. And Garule's just been hurting me so much. Yeah, I do think Garule gets the job done with the grappling, so and mixing it up. And man, I will say Barras got absolutely wrecked by Andre Lima. That was nasty. Alex Ardeline versus Polyana Viana. This is such a crapshoot. I don't want anything to do with this fight. I think Polyana Viana is a live dog, but I don't think you want to back her. Like, why would anyone want to back her? it's a totally different fight than Viana's losses, to be fair to her, like a good amount of them, because she got grappled in like pretty much all of these. And then Jinyu Frey, which was like less than 30 seconds, something like that, which is like a striking fight. And then before that, it was like Hannah Cyphers like years ago, and she didn't even look great in that fight. Like, man, I don't know. I'm going with Alice. Like, I think she takes this sport just way more seriously. She's very hittable, which is very worrisome, because sure, Polyana Viana can crack. I guess she can hit a punch. Maybe she can get some meme armbar or something like that. Viana, it's just so low percentage, I think. I think Alice Arderling can win this fight at a kind of a high clip if she pushes a lot of cage pushing. She's gonna be the one going forward. She's very hittable though, which worries me. UFC like Polyana Viana. If they want to rob Alice Arderling, I wouldn't be shocked if they do that. I just want nothing to do with this fight. I can't be betting any numbers on like Alice Arderling at this price. Like that. I think it's ridiculous to bet her at this price versus like anyone. But I think she's legitimately like a pretty like all right fighter now. I used to think she was like the worst in the UFC, and I do think I was right on that. But she's a legit fighter now. Since she's been at Fusion XL, like a pretty legit gym. Polyana Viana, I don't think is taking things seriously, and it's hard to back someone like that. Would I be surprised if she wins Polyana Viana? No. Yeah, I mean, there's fight does go the distance is maybe interesting, but it's one of those where it's like, yeah, you can get it from both sides, but at the same time, it just feels like they're gonna go the distance anyway. And I just want nothing to do with this fight. Petrosky versus Brundage. I'm going Petrosky, but I don't feel good about this at all. I don't want to be betting Petrosky at a freaking favorite price. Hell no. It's probably Brundage or pass in terms of betting. I was talking to someone about this, like when we were taping the fight together. What's his name? Lucky Tim. Good man, by the way. The guy knows ball. What I'm trying to say is, like, you mentioned that like he's finished physically, and like he might be right. Like I don't think he's probably far off. And he's like, you can't back Petrosky at these numbers at all. And it's like it's a must play on the other end. And I'm not interested in betting Brundage. It does feel like he has more miles though. Like if he wants to go for it, it's hard to, because like he's kind of hard to trust because he's a quitter. Petrosky's plan is to wrestle. Is he going to have an easy time wrestling Brundage? I think he will if it gets out of round one. But like round one is going to be kind of dicey, and he's really chinny, and Brundage can't crack, and he can't win in round one. So there's that to mention. Maybe Petrosky sub, or maybe some kind of finish prop. I mean, that bet's probably going to be disgusting. I'll tell you what. Let me see the odds though for that. For like a finish, like ITD, something like that. Minus 160. Okay, that's interesting. Because I can see like a Petrosky sub or a Brundage KO. It's chalk though, so I'm not ultra crazy about that. But if there's something I'd play on that fight, it's probably that, if over anything else. But I don't think I'm probably ever gonna put any fingers on this fight. I'm going Petrosky. I think he gets the wrestling going. I think maybe you can get a sub in 2-3. Maybe I switch my pick to that, but right now I just keep decision, because that's what Petrosky usually does. Yeah, give me Andre Petrosky to win. Caitlin Vieira versus Jacqueline Cavalcanti. This is another one I want zero to do with. I might switch my pick to Cavalcanti. But I'll stick with Caitlin, but I don't feel good. I think Caitlin is absolutely the side. I'm not interested in betting Cavalcanti at these numbers. But then, like, Caitlin Vieira, she angers me so much. I cannot stand her. I cannot stand Caitlin Vieira at all. I've made this spiel so many times about her, where it's Caitlin's like, dude, she is so good. Like, she has the ability to be a prime Nunes. If she puts everything together, she never will. And she never has. She doesn't separate enough at all. She doesn't do enough usually. She was definitely robbed against Norma Dumont pretty badly. Like that was a robbery, pretty severe. But like in like the Yana Santos fight, like just completely blew it. And it's like she doesn't know how she can use her size so much more than she does. She's so annoying to watch. I think she can get this fight in the ground maybe and work Cavalcanti down there. But like it's so easy to see like Cavalcanti just like footwork Ketlin Vieira all day and just get in, get out, get in, get out. So like I absolutely get why a lot of people are on Cavalcanti here, and yeah, like I get it. I do think it's a pretty damn big step up from Byra Bueno Silva, Julia Avila, Cornole, Nunes. Like this is a massive step up from those girls. So there's no way I can back Cavalcanti. It's dog or pass for me. Maybe a plus 3.5 is interesting. Maybe I mean, it'd be a disgusting number though. I tell you what, maybe a finish only Ketlin is interesting because Cavalcanti's not finishing nobody, bro. She's not finishing nobody. So maybe a finish only Ketlin Vieira is something I could be interested in if it's a good price. Because I think maybe there's like an avenue for like the jiu-jitsu realm, but more often than not, this probably goes the distance. I'll go Ketlin Vieira. I think the how do you want to say it? Like the experience will come into play, but I want nothing to do with this fight. More likely than not. Tommy Gant versus Artur Meniv. I have not looked into this one at all. I don't know this Arthur guy very well. I know he hits really hard. I know he's like a legit striker and he gets a lot of KOs. I know Tommy Gant's a good wrestler. I'm going to go to the guy on full camp here. He's never been I mean, I'll go decision. I'll trust this Arthur guy to not just die. But I don't trust Gant to trust like to bet him. I think it's probably his dog or pass. And like maybe it's like from what I've heard. I've not looked into this one. I'm probably gonna, if I want to do any like real research on this one, I'll make a comment down below to say my thoughts on the fight. I mean, I just first thoughts like full camp. Tommy Gant goes for takedowns, able to get takedowns and work Arthur Meniv on the ground. It's as simple as that. I don't have any more. I'm into it. Tommy Gant's had really bad looks on the regional scene, though. I'm really not sold on this guy, to be honest with you, as other people are. I mean, his wrestling's legit. I'm not going to deny that, but I wouldn't be shocked if he does like end up losing at some points. Like but I'm more so like I'm just going to keep and watch. I'm not going to necessarily bet against him. I'm not really going to bet for him though either. So I do think it's probably dog or pass. Maybe like this guy by KO or something like that, and that's maybe a look, but I want nothing to do with this fight more often than not. Duco Tokos versus Ivan Urslan. I'm going Urslan, man. Tokos is terrible. The line was disgusting as it opened, but like I really hope it like Urslan becomes like an underdog, which I don't think it's happening. There's like a lot of line movement towards Tokos at one point. Yeah, it was like plus 145 at one point. Like if Urslan becomes a dog, like that is definitely wrong because Urslan is so much better than Tokos, who's like he should not be 50%. Tokos just does the doer of nothing. He just does nothing, man. Urslan is only lost to like pretty legit guys. Kutelaba split decision, which maybe shouldn't have been. Navajo Sterling, who's like pretty damn legit. And he was very competitive in that fight. Jimmy Crew. I get it from the same point of the matchup because like Urslan's ground game is not necessarily anything great. But honestly, Tokos isn't even anything special. He's just it's what he does, but he's not good at it. To be honest, on the feet, he's terrible. His chin's not great. Urslan can absolutely nuke this dude. I'm maybe interested in something like a KO for Urslan because I think more often than not, if he's winning this fight, it's probably by KO. So honestly, I think that might actually be I can't speak. An interesting look that maybe I do go with. Let me look if there's like odds on that, which I'm not sure if there is. Yeah. Urslan, ITD minus 110. I know. That's ITD though. By KO. Where's Urslan KO? Where do I find this? Plus 125. Yeah, they know. They know they're onto it. But I mean, I think more often than not, that's how he wins. So maybe I'll be somewhat interested in putting something on that. If I do, you'll see my tips. Nikolai Veretennikov versus Chaos Williams. I'm just so done with Chaos Williams. He's a part timer, like a realtor or real estate guy. I want nothing to do with Veretennikov though. This guy showed the worst fight IQ I've ever seen in the Prado fight. Like him and Prado combined, worst fight IQ I've ever seen. I just can't back that. It's hard to back that, but like I think it takes him more seriously than probably Chaos Williams. Chaos Williams looks completely awful if he's not landing his shots. I mean, the Gustafsson fight was just inexcusable bad. That was bad. I think Veretennikov can probably like mix in a little bit of wrestling. I think he's a way more technical striker. Sure, he can get caught, which is like I'm on nothing to do with this, like because I do think he can get caught. Yeah, I'll go Veretennikov. I just think he's like just a better fighter. Chaos is pretty durable though. So I mean, maybe low key like an over is not a terrible look into thinking about this fight. Minus 160, fight goes plus 130. It's interesting, but I probably just steer away completely from this one. I'll go Veretennikov. I just think he's the better guy overall, but if he gets caught, he gets caught. Timmy Kawamba versus Bernardo Sopai. I'm going Kawamba. I'm definitely going to be interested in putting some sort of money on Kawamba. I think he's just better, to be honest. Sopai, I think, as legit cardio concerns, I think a lot of people are going to mention like, oh, you gassed out because of short notice against Vinicius Oliveira. He was booked for another fight, and it was going to happen like a week later. So like he was already preparing for a fight anyways, just a week earlier. And it's not like Vinicius Oliveira is necessarily some wrestler by any means. So like I don't think that's like such a great look at all. And I think he gasses himself out, I think, if you ask me, like how he fights. But that brings into my point where I'm thinking like maybe Timmy Kawamba live. I think I'm gonna have maybe like a little bit on Kawamba pre, like a little 0.5 or something like that. But live, I think it's an interesting look where you can get in. Like maybe Bernardo Sopai is doing pretty all right early because like Timmy Kawamba's pretty small margins generally. It's not like I don't want to lay big money on this guy for the most part. I do think Timmy Kawamba's pretty legit. He's looked really good. I against someone I don't think is very good, Ching Ho Lee, to be fair, and Roberto Romero isn't anything special. But I mean, honestly, I don't think too much of Bernardo Sopai either. I'm training a good gym at All Stars, and Timmy Kawamba too with not AKA. Oh my god, it's Extreme Couture, but he's been training at like some other gym for this camp, but you know, Dewey Cooper or whatever. So he's pretty confident he's an Extreme Couture guy. He's always training there. He's cross training in Vegas. That's what they do in Vegas. And Sopai and the Tertius fight also gassed, which I mean, Tertius pushes a big pace, of course, but he's not looking great in that fight either. Kawamba, I think, is just a pretty damn good guy, and like he's looked good. He's had bad looks in the UFC against like Lucas Almeida. I think Lucas Almeida is just a much better, like pure striker. And I think the cardio edge is the huge thing here that like makes me like really go towards Kawamba, because I think Sopai just gasses himself out with how he fights. And with Kawamba, I know he's going to be there round 2. I know he's going to be there round 3. So even if he loses round 1, I think he can get those rounds 2 and 3 done. And especially if Sopai is forced to wrestle, I think he does gas. And I think Kawamba has that ability to bring in the wrestling in this fight. And I think he'd be smart to bring in the wrestling in this fight. So I'm looking to put some money in Kawamba now. And I'm looking to put a bet in live. Like probably to make it a 1-unit play, like a 0.5 pre and then 0.5 live. Like that'd be like what I'd be looking at for this fight. So yeah, I like Kawamba here. I think he gets the job done. Modestas Bukauskas versus Rodolfo Bellato. I'm going Bukauskas round 1 KO. I know Bukauskas is not a KO guy. He isn't. Bellato is terrible, and he's begging to get KO'd by someone, and I think Bukauskas can absolutely do it. But I won't be shocked if Bukauskas wins the decision here. I'm going to be looking to be backing Bukauskas. I love that the line is moving towards Bellato, and I love a lot of people like Bellato in this fight. Good. Keep liking him. I want to bet Bukauskas, especially at plus money. Please give me plus money, because He's just a much cleaner guy on the feet. Bellato is just beyond hittable, which is why I think Bukowski is absolutely live to get a knockout here. And I bet you that's a big number, like Bukowski's ITD or something like that. Plus 175. Oh, man, not as great as I thought. Bukowskis wins by TKO plus 260. I don't mind that. I think that's an interesting look because I do think Bellato can get cracked, man. I don't think much of Bellato at all. I think he's terrible. I don't think much of his grappling. I think if he wants to win this fight, Bellato, he's going to try and smother Bukowskis, smother him and win via cage push. Otherwise, Bukowskis is gonna find his shots. He's very low volume, Bukowskis, but it's not hard to throw a little more against a guy like Bellato who's going to be there to hit. So yeah, give me Modestas Bukowskis. I like him a good amount here. And I'll definitely be looking to bet him in this spot against Bellato. Malcolm Wallmaker versus Juan Diaz. I made a change of mind. Not that I'm picking Juan Diaz, but I'm going to go Wallmaker decision. I think this Juan Diaz, this guy is tough, but I'm going to go with Malcolm Wallmaker, who I've not necessarily been high on it really that much, but I'm definitely looking to bet him here because I think this is a good fight for him. I think he's gonna find I think Diaz is hittable. I think he's gonna land the shots. Like he can get a KO because of that. But I think Juan Diaz is tough. I'll give credit to him, but I think he's a better minute winner than people are giving him credit for. In the Ethan Ewing fight, honestly impressed me. Because Ewing is no joke. I know it's super short notice. I know he had a fight beforehand that it was not like the worst sort of short notice call up out of nowhere. But there's no shame losing that guy, Ethan Ewing. Ethan Ewing would do bad things to Juan Diaz. Juan Diaz had a crazy spinning elbow KO on the Contender Series. I don't think crazy too much about this guy. What worries me about Wallmaker is maybe he'll stay and not throw as much because sometimes he'll wait and stuff like that, like the Matunia fight. But honestly, in the Ewing fight, I thought the volume was pretty good. I thought someone like the wrestling was pretty good even. So I think he's becoming more of an all-around fighter. Training at Syndicate MMA. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still at Syndicate, actually. Let me make sure. I might be completely wrong. Actually, I think I am wrong, to be honest. Wellmaker Instagram. Let me just be sure. Be sure in this. If I could see. Okay, no, I don't think he's at it. Yeah, forget about that. I'm not sure about that. I don't think he is there. Forget about Syndicate because I think he was there for he was training with Marab or something like that at one point. Besides the point, I think Wallmaker I think he's low-key not as bad of a minute winner as I originally thought he was, if I'm being honest. Hold on, let me just pull this up for myself. And I mean, I do think that loss to Ewing is probably good for him. It's good to have that loss on his record, and I think he's gonna be better from the loss. I think that's the kind of thing that's going to help him. It's going to make improvements now because of loss. Look back at the Ewing fight where things went wrong, how to get better. And this Juan Diaz guy's hittable. He is hittable at the end of the day, and Wallmaker hits really hard. Because he hits hard, I think those moments are going to be enough to win the fight, even though Juan Diaz might be doing a little more volume wise. So yeah, I like Wallmaker here. I like him in the spot. I'll be looking to bet him in some way or form. I think probably the decision prop is going to be that's going to be a nice number. Wallmaker by decision plus 250. That's not bad. I don't hate that, to be honest. And I bet you decision only could be really interesting number. That could be a really interesting number, a pretty big number if he gets there. So I maybe something I'll look at. But I wouldn't be shocked if he KOs, obviously. Duhu Choi versus Daniel Santos. I want nothing to do with this fight. I don't feel any sort of confidence in this fight. Duhu Choi is still pretty nasty on the feet, and I wouldn't be shocked if he just KOs Daniel Santos. But Daniel Santos is just doing his thing at featherweight, looking fat at the weight class, missing weight and stuff like that. Don't freaking matter. He just keeps coming forward, doing woolly cat things. Yeah, I think Daniel Santos is gonna be able to take the shots from Duo Choi, mix in grappling, and I think he can do fine in the grappling and probably win in the grappling. So yeah, and I think probably more output as well. So I'll go Daniel Santos, but I don't feel good about this fight. I want nothing to do with this fight. Pass for me. And then Arnold Allen versus Melquizael Costa. Yeah, I don't have much to say about this Daniel Santos fight, to be honest. I'm sorry. Arnold Allen versus Melquizael Costa. I like Allen a good amount here. And you know what? I think I'll go decision. I think I'm going to go decision. I'll give Costa some credit. I think he can be he'd be tough in there. But 4-5 decision, Allen, I think is a pretty good look, because I do think a late finish is absolutely possible in this spot. I like Allen a lot here. I'm going to have a big bet on Allen here. Allen is just... What is Melquizael Costa going to provide Allen that's going to be trouble? The kicks? Giga Chikadze is a much better kicker than Melquizael Costa is. And he didn't really... I mean, he had a little bit of trouble early on, but... He's not no Giga Chikadze kicker. He's not. Melquizael Costa. He's also slows down Melquizael Costa, and that's in 3 rounds. I don't know how he's gonna handle a 5-round fight, like how he's gonna handle the cardio for that. I think it's something worth mentioning. And while Arnold Allen is built for 5-round fights, his cardio is one of his best attributes. So like 3, 4, 5, like he's gonna be there. He's gonna be doing his thing. I guess Melquizael Costa needs to grapple, but Officer Evil is having so much trouble grappling Arnold Allen, even holding him down. That's not easy. That's not an easy task at all. And I don't think like Melquizael Costa is going to have an easy task with it at all. Arnold Allen, I think, is super legit. He's just top 5 level talent in this division still. I think it's kind of easy work. Something else I want to mention about Melquizael Costa, his activity rate is insane, to the point where it's so insane that I think it's unsustainable. And because of how unsustainable it is to keep fighting at this pace, at this rate, I have to fade it. Like you just can't keep doing it this way. Like this many times in a 2-year span is insane. You're probably getting injured in training, less time between camps and stuff like that. Like no time to rest. It's not good. I like Arnold Allen a good amount here. I think you can have a pretty big bet on Arnold Allen. I'm going to be there with you on it. So give me Arnold Allen. I think he's going to have a pretty big volume edge, pretty big pace edge. And I don't think he's going to have trouble with the grappling. Give me Arnold Allen to win this fight. And yeah, those are my picks. Let's go over the more 6 strikes and more takedowns of each of the fights on the card. Bannon, Cagliari. Honestly, I think Cagliari, more 6 strikes, more takedowns for both. Probably more takedowns for sure. More 6 strikes is a little iffy, because maybe like Bannon just does one side kick and then gets taken down and stuff right there, then and there. I would hate to lose a 6-strike bet on that. But besides that, I mean, Cagliari is probably going to have even more volume than Bannon. He's just sidekick merchant, honestly. Just no hands on the feet even. Barres, Garule more takedowns. I'll go Garule more 6 strikes, because he's kind of a high volume guy in general. Well, I wouldn't be shocked if Barres more 6 strikes is the one that ends up hitting, because he's probably like the better striker of the two. Barres. Alice Ardaline, Viana. Oh man, I'll go Alice Ardaline more 6 strikes and more takedowns, because I think Viana is gonna pull guard if anything. If anyone's going for any takedowns, I guess it'd be Alice, but I don't think. I think cage push she can go for. But more 6 strikes to go Alice. She's very hittable though, I will say that. But she does put out a pretty dang good pace, Alice Ardaline. So yeah, credit to Alice Ardaline, man. She's really come a long way. Petrosky, Brundage. Man, I don't know. Petrosky more takedowns. Brundage not going for any takedowns here. I'd be shocked if he is. I think he'd be kind of dumb too. More 6 strikes. I guess I'll go Petrosky, because I think he can get some 6 strikes on top, but that could easily go to Brundage. So want nothing to do with that. Kellen Vieira, Jack and Cavalcanti. Cavalcanti more 6 strikes, because Kellen barely throws anything. And then Kellen Vieira more takedowns. She's gonna be one going for takedowns in this fight. It's pretty simple, pretty cut and dry. Tommy Gant, Minaev. Gant more takedowns. He's the wrestler. Arthur, I mean, more 6 strikes. I guess I'll go Gant, because I think he'll throw strikes on top. But I mean, if Minaev gets a knockdown or something like that, drops him, you can get the 6-strike bet as well. So, but I'll definitely go Gant though for that. Urslan, Tukos. I mean, if this fight plays out how I think it does, Urslan more 6 strikes because he's gonna knock this guy out. Otherwise, I mean, Tukos more takedowns, and Urslan's not going for freaking any takedowns here. He's not going for any takedowns. That's free. Varentenikov, Chaos Williams. I guess Varentenikov more takedowns. I don't see Chaos Williams going for any takedowns in any world. Maybe, I don't know. But I don't think there's going to be any takedowns to Chaos Williams. And then more 6 strikes, I'll go Varentenikov because I think he's just a more technical striker, just a better striker with better volume in general. Timmy Kawamba, Sopai. 4 takedowns, Kawamba. I feel pretty good about that because I think it's going to be the one, if anyone's really going to go for takedowns here, it's more likely going to be Timmy Kawamba, and I think it's going to be more likely to be successful because I think his takedown defense is pretty good. More 6 strikes is interesting. I think I don't want anything to do with it because Timmy Kawamba just doesn't throw enough, to be honest with you. Just doesn't throw enough, so I can't feel good about that on that side. Modestas Bukauskas, Bellato. More takedowns, probably Bellato. I don't think Modestas is really going to need to go for any takedowns here. I don't see why he would. More 6 strikes, I'll go with Modestas Bukauskas because I don't think he's going to be hit too much by Bellato, who's ultra slow, and he's extremely hittable. I like Modestas Bukauskas more 6 strikes a good amount. Wallmaker, Juan Diaz. I'll go Juan Diaz more 6 strikes because he's just more of a volume guy in general. But more takedowns. I think Wallmaker Loki can bring in some takedowns here and win with that. I think that's actually very live to happen. Duhu Choi, Santos. Santos more 6 strikes because I think he's a pretty high volume guy in general. Then more takedowns Santos because I think he's more likely to be able to mix in the takedowns and have it work. I don't know though. Melquizael Costa, Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen more 6 strikes. He's going to be able to, as the fight goes on, really build in and put it on Costa. More takedowns. It's going to be Costa because Costa's going to be the one going for takedowns here. I don't think Allen's going to be going for any takedowns. It's not really his game. Not in this fight. It's not. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm very, very excited for this card. Going over it again in terms of like bets, I like Cagliari, my absolute favorite on the card. Arnold Allen, I really like Arnold Allen a good amount. Garule, I'm going to have something on him, but nothing crazy. Bukauskas, I'm going to have definitely something on. Urslan by KO, I think is an interesting look. Just looking at some of these. Maybe Wallmaker decision or decision only. I think it's a nice like value play. But Wallmaker in general, I'm definitely interested in. Kawamba, I like Kawamba live. I like even more probably. I think those are the spots in terms of like maybe like fines by KO sub. Is there anything that stand out to me? Maybe fight ends by sub. Petrosky Brundage is interesting. Or fight doesn't go on. That fight's interesting, I guess, to look out for. What else is there? Like nothing really crazy here. Maybe something like Wallmaker sub decision could be something like kind of sneaky. If that's you want to play something like that, I think it's somewhat interesting. Plus 175 for sub decision. Hello, we might be talking. We might be talking with that actually, because I don't mind that maybe like a look like that because he is tough Juan Diaz. So I can maybe get myself to like a sub decision bet on Malcolm Wallmaker because maybe he's like bringing in the grappling more so now. Yeah, those are my thoughts. Thanks so much for watching. I'm on vacation now. I'm enjoying my time over here. Also kind of can't wait to come back and get good internet again. Not have to film on a freaking couch. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. You can check out my BetMMA.tips champ bets. If I leave anything out or something like that I want to address or change my mind on any of the fights, I'll leave in the comments below for sure. And yeah, my BetMMA.tips is going to have all my bets and stuff like that. So you know what I'm playing right then and there. Yeah, I think that's that. Thanks so much for watching. What do we have next week? Next week is, I think, is the China card, right? A lot of fun ones on there, on that card, actually. Yeah, and there's Road to UFC stuff on that before those two. So I'll definitely want to talk about maybe a little bit though. I'll tell you what, Rongju free against Victor Martinez, and Shi Ming, I think there's no odds on it, but I think she's gonna be the underdog against Puja Tomar. I think she's probably like the side if she's the underdog. So I'll say that for those two fights, but I'm more likely to talk more about those when those China cards drop and like there's odds. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Again, peace. Have a great one.